All right, I built a really cool quote card generator for Instagram. Let me show you what it looks like in action, and then I'll tell you how to build it. So first we have to decide what the quote will be about. Since this is going on a page that's geared towards AI and automation, we'll stick with that theme. How AI combined with automation can transform a business. And then we'll choose informative, press submit, and then we'll watch the flow work. Okay, so the scenario just ran. Let's go to the Instagram account and we'll refresh the page. And here we have the new quote. Artificial intelligence and automation are not just tools in their toolbox. They are truly change enablers. They empower you to innovate, adapt quicker than ever, and grow, to dream bigger. Rob Enslin. So, how did we build that? Let me show you. So the first step is you have to have a fill out form. You have to have a form input that will trigger the scenario and then also put important information into the other modules of the scenario. So I do that through fill out forms. This is a JotForm competitor. I chose fill out though because JotForm only allows you to have 5 active forms on their free plan, whereas fill out allows you to have 1,000. So all this takes is 2 inputs. First is a short answer input where the question is very simply, what topic would you like your quote to be about? The second is a drop down input where you choose the tone of the quote. Here I have a number of different potential tones. And then in the scenario, that means that the trigger module will be the fill out form. This little lightning bolt means that it's set up so that once you click add, so that's all you'll do here is add, and then you'll choose your account, and then you'll choose the form that you want to add. It's very simple, and then once you do that, that creates a webhook. So as long as this scenario is on, anytime that form is submitted, it'll send the data through. So this is what that looks like. The last time I ran it, it sends all of this data. Here are my answers. What topic would you like your quote to be about? And then the tone of the topic right here. And that's what we need. We need to trigger the scenario, and then we need my answers to go to the next module. The next module is Perplexity AI. This is an AI model that will search the internet for answers. So it's like a retrieval augmented generation, but the database is the internet. So we use Sonar Pro. The system prompt is very simple. You are a quote finder. You search the internet and find a quote based on the user's request. And then here I pass those variables from the fill out forms trigger to the user prompt, which is find a, in this instance, informational quote about, and then my input. Return the response in this format. So it's quote dash author. So I'm letting it know how I expect the output to look. And then next we have the asset name module. Now what is that? Okay, so this scenario does not create the background image that that quote sits on. I had to do that ahead of time. I did that for myself in Canva. You can do that using whatever software you want, or you can hire somebody to create it for you, whatever. But that has to live in a place called Cloudinary. Cloudinary is an amazing software, also with a very generous free tier that essentially allows you to transform images and videos. So what this does is it actually puts the quote on top of the image, but you have to have the image there first. So I've created 3 quote card templates, template 1, template 2, and template 3, because I don't want the same one to constantly be the only one that has a quote. I want it to change up. So what this module does is it uses a formula, switch, floor, random. This little formula here randomly selects one of those numbers, number 1, 2, or 3. And each number has a corresponding template name. So it randomly selects a template. That's what this does. On this particular run, it randomly selected the template 1. Then in our Cloudinary module, we are creating a transformation. And one of the inputs for that is the resource ID, which is the name of that template. So it put template 1 in here, so it knew which one to use. Anyway, so in this, the resource type is an image. The resource ID is the name from the asset name module. The type is an upload. The extension is a PNG. Because those are all PNGs that I put in there, you would choose whatever image type you chose to host in your Cloudinary account. And then this is what's called a transformation. Basically what this does is it sets the width of the text container to 700 so it fits neatly. It sets the font to Ubuntu with a size of 45. And then all of these replaces. What that does is it takes special characters out and it replaces them with the encoding that will be accepted by Cloudinary. Because if you have a special character that's not encoded properly, the link will just break. Like the transformation will just break and then you won't have an image, you'll have nothing. So this just takes potential special characters that the AI might spit out and turns them into the encoding that would be accepted so that it doesn't break. And then G center just puts it in the middle of that image. RGB, FFFF, that just sets the text to white because all the backgrounds are dark. Anyway, so then when that runs, it just spits out a URL, but that URL is to the transformed image. And then the last module is create a photo post. And this is only available on business accounts. So you have to make sure that you have a business account connected to your make.com. It's very simple to connect though. All you have to do is log in and then the connections are made automatically. And then once you have your business account connected, any page or profile that is allowed access to that business account, you can use in your post. So all that's needed, aside from your connection and the page that you're going to post from, is the URL from Cloudinary, and then the caption, which I chose the quote itself. After that ran, the end result was this quote card. This part was already created, right? I put a little profile pic avatar there, and then the title of this quote card, Poignant Thoughts, and then the words were overlaid on top of the middle of this image. So once you have that set up, you could actually take the form URL and create a shortcut to your phone, so when you're out and about, you could just put in a topic and then boom, have it automatically create this beautiful quote card for your Instagram account. So hope that helps. Cheers.